I would like to share with you 10 regrets I have when I studied university. There are a few things I really regret. For me, and maybe for a lot of you, university years are one of the best years you can have. I did all really great things like traveling the world, studying in 2 different continents, learning 2 new languages, meeting a lot of interesting people. I was always taking part in a lot of extracurricular activities. Had a lot of amazing memories. There are, however, a few regrets, and I want to share them with you so you don't have to make the same mistake and you can be one step ahead of me. Regret is characterized as being sad, and I was doing always what I thought is the best at the time, so it makes completely no sense to regret. The only thing you can change is the present. Thank you guys for being here in my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do it so, and I'm looking forward to share my regrets with you in this video. First regret I have that I stressed out for the university. I stressed for the final exam, I stressed for the test, and honestly I was not the person who would be crying after the exam, but I still had some stress for the exams, and I thought it's one of the most important things at the moment. But let's be honest, do you remember your grade you get after the test 2 years after? Probably you don't even remember it a few months after. So I'm still saying take university seriously, however don't stress too much because it's just not necessary. Well, there are 2 types of stress, one is good and one is bad. The good one make your performance a little bit better, it kind of push you to have better results. The bad stress, however, can lead to anxiety, confusion, poor concentration, and decreased performance. If you notice that you're under this bad stress, try to think positively, try to meditate, try to talk to your peers, or even contact some professional help. As long as you're going through the university, you're fine. Of course, there might be some exceptions, like if you're studying for a very good university. However, your health is always on the first place. The second one is I was too harsh on myself while studying college. I think it didn't lead to any better results, neither it made me happy. So I feel it was wasted energy. I always thought that I need to perform the best. I thought that I need to figure out everything, the internship, the job, and just everything. I felt like I don't have so much time, which is so funny. You have a lot of time when you're studying university. Instead of this, I would recommend enjoying the process, trying out the things you like, and the ones you don't like, just quit them. There is really no reason to be harsh on yourself in this sense, because you have all life to figure out what you want. Third regret I have, and I have it all the time, no matter if I study on college or not, it's spending too much time on social media. I feel on the college you put too much importance to social media, and you feel like it's one of the most important things, like having a nice feed, always observing what others are doing, leads to really bad feelings like anxiety and depression and so on, because sometimes you might see a video of a party you were not invited to and you spend hours thinking why I was not invited, what happened. And I would say when you're out of college this changed a little bit because you're not in this tight environment so much, but spending time on social media, in my opinion, doesn't lead to anything good. I do use social media still anyway, but I try to reduce them significantly. Other regret I have is not investing enough time, energy into quality relationships. So I want to say not networking more with quality people. Probably you know it as well, that when you're in the high school, when you're in the college, you have a lot of people around you. And then when you're out of college, you realize that you're not even in touch with them. The people you're hanging out with, do you hang out with them only on parties and with alcohol? Or do you hang out with them also beyond the university? This is a very important question, because I realize that often we hang out with people, but always on the party. Take a time and consider which people you're hanging out, and you have meaningful conversations also without alcohol and without all this socializing events. I would also recommend joining some club at the university, at least one on the intellectual basis, so let's say like debating. But there you can find a lot of interesting people, and if you connect with someone, try to make the relationship deeper, because those relationships which you find during the college can last forever. Because once you're out of college, it's not as easy to create so many long-lasting relationships. Everyone has their life, while on the college you have so many similar activities. Therefore, university is very good for creating friendships. Fifth regret I have is not taking action when I saw the opportunities. There were few moments when I saw there is a big opportunity and I would just hesitate, I would wait too long, I would not act immediately. When you see some bigger or smaller opportunity, just go and try, because you never know what the results can be. The ability to decide quickly and act quickly is very, very important and beneficial in the long term. I would read more books. This is something I would implement at any era of my life. Reading more books leads and expands your thinking, your intellect exponentially. There are so many amazing books. You can even find them for free on the internet, or you can borrow them in the library. There's thousands and thousands amazing books which can help you in any sphere. I know that at university we read a lot, especially if you study programs like history or social science. You need to read a lot during the semester anyway. If this is the case, I would recommend reading some science fiction or just reading something from a different genre, which will entertain you and it will expand your thinking in a different way. I would say at least one book a month. It's a good starting point. I didn't work too much on my routine and healthy habits. Well, I understand that at university we have a lot of parties you want to join, and not always the schedule is the same. However, building those healthy routine in the morning, in the evening, or weekly, it's so important once you're out of college. And the healthy habits, I think I don't have to elaborate on them too much, because health is the most important thing. And I guess when we're young, we don't realize it too much. We don't have to sleep too much, but it will always compound over time. So maintaining your health in the best shape and creating some morning routine, even if it's just 10 minutes or 20 minutes, but doing something repetitively, it's very important. Well, why is routine good? Routine is important because it keeps the stress level low, it helps to mental health and also physical health, and in general leads to relaxation and reducing anxiety, which is one of the first points I just mentioned, that stressing too much and not having a routine actually complement each other and leads to bad mental health. I regret that I used to prefer quantity over quality. Less is often more, and I would see this in three categories: in friends, clothes, makeup. Many girls are that we are using too much makeup, and often when we use less, then it results to be more. We tend to be more beautiful. So this is one thing, and I used to hang out with a lot of people, as I mentioned, but I was not so conscious about the quality of people I have around me. And in regard to clothes as well, I used to run to Primark and buying a lot of stuff for a very small price. I have to say, items from Primark last me very long. However, I realized that the quality of the material are more important. There are a lot of things we can apply this to, like to electronics. I didn't want to spend too much money on the technology, and I used to buy cheaper things, and after I end up buying the more expensive, so I spend actually twice as much. So I recommend keeping all the things you have rather in a small quantity, but on a really good quality, when you can rely on the things. And in general, I would say it leads to bigger peace in mind. Needless to say, I guess that if you want to travel full time, you don't need a lot of things, because you will not be able to carry them with you anyway, so less is more. Biggest regret I have, probably the most serious one, is I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe myself to start some projects or to continue with some projects. I didn't believe in myself to take the action when I saw the opportunity, And maybe you're in a very similar situation when you think you're too young, you're too uneducated, you didn't get your diploma. There is always when I will finish something. I can start this. Believe me, you're always at the best time. If you want to start something, you're in a perfect position. I see it backwards nowadays, and I see so many young people being very successful. They didn't need a diploma, they didn't need any approval of outside world. I would say to my younger self, just believe in yourself and take the action. I always wanted to have a YouTube channel, but I always thought I don't have the perfect camera, I don't have the perfect skin, I don't have the perfect timing. I wanted to continue with my blog, and I generally spent too much time waiting, and when you spend too much time waiting, the time flies and nothing happened. It's even more powerful when you look back on yourself. You don't compare with others, but you look back on yourself like 3-5 years ago, and you think, oh my god, you had everything you needed for doing this project. The only opportunity and the best timing was yesterday, and the second one is today. I would be very interested, what are your regrets during the college, or what are your life regrets, and what would you recommend to your younger self, and what would you recommend to others? So put it in the comment. I would be very curious to read your thoughts, and see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.